Hi everyone, my name is Patricia Lemoine. I'm guest blogger on the Surviving Eating blog on thehealthyplace.com. So today I want to talk to you about something that has been on my mind for the last little while because we're entering this season of social events and social gatherings where we get a lot of invitations and a lot of times we have to attend those social events, whether it's because of convention, because it's a family event we're expected to attend, or just simply, things that we're invited to. So whether it's graduation, wedding ceremonies, cocktails, or anything, sometimes we have to attend an event where we know there's going to be a lot of small talk, we know there's going to be alcohol and food, and we know that we might be triggered by some of those things that might take place throughout the evening. So the one thing I want to tell you right off the bat is that, as I've mentioned before, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor of any kind. All I am is a girl of flesh and bone, not wearing makeup right now, not having done my hair, so that you could kind of get the vibe that I could be the girl next door and someone that you can really relate to. Because I'm not a professional. I went through this, and I know that it's very hard, and I empathize, and I want to give you tips and kind of share my experience with you. That being said, so I got an invitation the other day, and it's to attend a wedding, and I'm excited to attend the wedding, but I could tell right off the bat that my comfort zone was kind of triggered, just because I pictured myself having to mingle throughout the evening with people and having to eat certain things I'm not used to, being expected to maybe have a drink or not. And all of that kind of touches a funny place in me that even though I'm recovered, and I want to stay away from engaging in self-harm behaviors, sometimes we feel unsettled by comments that are made or the vibe that we're getting from the event we're attending. And so the tips that I can share with you is that already, if you know that you feel like that when you get an invitation, it's to kind of maybe prepare and use that fear to just realize that you might be triggered, you realized it, and you're taking action. And what you're doing is you're preparing for that event. So whether it's knowing what you're going to wear, whom you might want to speak to, whom you might want to avoid if there's been comments that made you feel uncomfortable in the past, that's also possible. And also kind of preparing in terms of my second point, preparing in terms of having a support system in place. So whether it's bringing someone with you if it's a plus one, or being able to know that you can reach out to someone that you know and you trust throughout that evening is also very important, because all too often, you know how it is. We kind of it's like a time warp. Someone says something, or we feel a certain way because of music, because of something we see, because of we look at ourselves in the mirror in the restroom or powder room, or we ate something, we're drinking, and we feel triggered. So right away, it's very that time where you engage in self-harm behaviors or you decide not to, is like a split second, and it's like boom. So try to have some support in that moment so that you can kind of like avoid being in a pinch, like kind of being helpless, because there's some moments where we are, and I know that all too well. And so I would say prepare for the event and kind of use the feelings that you have of being unsettled or uncomfortable to your advantage in acknowledging that you feel like that. And so have some compassion for yourself and realizing that that's how you feel, and prepare for it, by bringing a friend, a buddy, someone you can trust. Or if you can't bring someone, it's very easy to be able to have access to, texting someone throughout the evening if you know that the person will be available for you to give you support. That's been really helpful for me. I remember the first few years. Or simply just being able to call them. That's also very helpful. So that's what I would suggest. I hope that the events that you attend are not triggering, the same way that I hope mine won't be triggering either. But take some comfort in knowing that if they are triggering, that there are things that can be put in place so that you can feel better and you can go through this recovery process. So as usual, if you could, if you want, you could leave some comments. That would be really helpful. Things you might want to talk about or how you feel. I always appreciate reading those, and I try to answer as quickly as I can. So I'll see you soon, and have a great beginning of the summer. Thanks. Bye.